Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I am Yazid Mamdouh al-Yamani. So let's know what are the key parameters for specifying a capacitor. We have three kinds, as you can see. The first one is the capacitance value, and the second one is the voltage rating, and the third one is the tolerance. So let's talk about the first one. The first one is the capacitance value. Is primary characteristic of capacitor, and it is the ability to store charge, and it measures with farad, and also the common practical value is the picofarad and the microfarad and the nanofarad. The capacitance value is directly influence the capacitor in a circuit. For example, capacitor with high capacitance are usually used in applications that require the energy source, such as the power supplies. And for the smaller capacitor that have a smaller capacitance, used in applications that need frequency filtering. So it is important to know the right capacitance for the right applications. And the next is the voltage rating. It is inducted the maximum voltage it can safely handle without the risk or breakdown. If exceeding this voltage limit, it will lead to breakdown and will cause damage to the capacitor, and it's possible to damage the other components in the circuit. So it's important to choose capacitor with a higher rating above the maximum. It is safety. For example, circuit operate 12 volt, so you should choose a capacitor rating with at least 16 volt or 25 volt. Also, so important to know the rating volt. So that's why it's so important to know the voltage rate. So the third one is the tolerance. The tolerance represents the range of version between the actual capacitance value and the nominal value. So the tolerance is necessary in applications that need precision. Capacitors used in high percentages in applications such as audio filtering. So the large values of tolerance generally acceptable in applications. So these are the key parameters for specifying a capacitors. And now is the practical examples for the capacitors. We have 4 practical examples. The first one is the low cost capacitors and high cost capacitors and high voltage rating capacitors and small PCB footprint. The first example is the low cost. As you can see, that one is the ceramic capacitor. The ceramic capacitor, it's the so common and wide uses for the capacitors due to the low cost, and it is stable for general purposes application like filtering in low frequency in circuits. And for the high value, it is the electrolytic capacitor, especially aluminum electrolytic capacitors. It's high cost because it can achieve a high capacitance value, and it's making them ideal for applications such as the power supplies. And the third one is the high voltage rating. It's like film capacitors. As you can see, that's example for the film capacitors. As you can see, it can handle a high voltage, so it's used in high voltage applications such as AC power conducting. The last example is the small PCB footprint, and as you can see in the picture, it's called tantalum capacitors and are known for their compact size, making them suitable for application. It's super small, and they are commonly used in smartphones and the laptops. And thank you all.